An example, if we go outside the building you're in right now, what you will see are the buildings that this community said yes to. What you don't see are the buildings that this community said no to. Because somewhere along the line, someone said no. And when they know that, they're not going to use that energy to manifest it. So those buildings do not exist. So in the dream of us, in the dream of life, the path of least resistance is that path where the whole dream says yes to one another. So if we can understand that with the dream planet in our own mind, every belief we have that yes. There's only in our mind that says yes. That was not in our mind is the things we said no. So, and understanding that ability to have faith in our own yes and our own no, which is the manifestation of our intent, then that makes us a co-creator with life. We can go out to the world and respect their no, just as much as we respect our own. I respect my no. My no is just as powerful as my yes. I don't need to say it with anger. I can just simply say it with no. But sometimes we think with anger, our no is more powerful, but it's not. It's just simply a crutch. We don't believe in our no that strong, so we need to say it with anger. But our no, just simply by saying it simple, is the expression of my complete faith in my own no. When I have that respect, then I can respect it to you. Respecting your no. When I respect your no, it means I respect your own intent, your own way of life. Because when we both say yes between us, we will be able to manifest it because we both say yes together. And that is creating with harmony, as opposed to imposing and subjugation.
Exactly.
When we build with that, then how we engage the world, how we're able to manifest, makes us that co-creator. Because yes, life will sometimes provide us with an opportunity with that path of least resistance that will allow ourselves to manifest. And sometimes it'll say no to us. This is where passion comes in to answer to your question. Passion is simply the way I express this intent. Because if conditional love is the motivator to make me do something, then obsession is the thing that drives me to make something. Then passion is the opposite of obsession. Passion is the thing that allows me to do something whether or not I get paid for it, whether or not it's financially motivating. Because when I love doing what I love to do, success is the natural consequence of that passion. Sometimes it does bring financial success, but that's just a consequence, a side project. Sometimes it doesn't, but you love doing it because for those 5 minutes that you were playing the drum, you were alive. And you play the drum, or you're dancing, or you're painting, or you're writing, or you're working, you're alive. That's what passion is. Doing something that makes me feel alive for doing it. And I have the complete confidence in myself that I can do it. But of course, there's a question, well, we need to survive, we need to live in the world. Well, yes. Sometimes we take jobs that is not in the shape of our passion. But if we look at it as an instrument, all right, this job allows me to do this job, then great. If this job is feeding me, and then this thing is allowing me to become alive, there you go.
I noticed also recently, actually this year, something that I was doing mistakenly in my own life is that I found you're talking about the path of least resistance and saying yes, and sometimes it because actually the reality is, my reality was that I believed that I had to fight in order to be worthy of the path I chose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just recently where I consciously decided that I wanted my life to be easy and
Mm-hmm.
no longer fight to deserve, but actually to co-create with simplicity and ease. And I
Mm-hmm.
find now that when I realize that, when I look around me, a lot of people I find believe they need to fight in order to deserve, or to work hard, or it has to be difficult um, for them to achieve, and that it kind of, the worthiness of success is linked to how much you needed to, how complicated it needed to be, when actually life, it is the path of least resistance, it is the path of flowing, it is the path of simplicity, and actually fighting is actually fighting life. Would you agree, or what is your thought?
Well, it depends on how we use the word fighting. With life, like, if you look at life, we only struggle when life is trying to tell us no, and we want to force our way through. Then we have this conflict, this imposing. Imposing and subjugation, you could say, when I impose my belief onto something or something, I want life to be, and I do my very best to impose it. When the thing is that every person in the world, including life, has freedom of choice, freedom to say yes or no. Life says yes and no regardless. It does it. Humans has this belief and idea that of our free will, and we are, all 7 billion people are doing and living our own life. When we're trying to create something and it is based on someone else's will, then this is where imposing and subjugation come in, especially with conditional love. If I want you to do what I want you to do, then I'm going to impose my will onto you. But that has to come with permission, your permission. I cannot impose anything onto you without your permission. So the thing to do is to make you doubt your own intent, make you doubt your yes and no, make you doubt your own confidence, make you not to believe in yourself. That's the easy ways to impose. The subjugation is, I don't believe in my own yes and no. Can you please make the choices for me? And imposing says, fine, I will. Every parasite will find its host.
Yes.
So in the world of Dream the Planet, this is supposed to be harmony, because this is the reason why people domesticate one another. We domesticate on one another to make them do what we want them to do. Whenever we judge someone else, we're punishing them for agreements they never made.
True.
So we force them to make the same agreements we make by punishing them. And then we make them to make an agreement with us through that punishment by accepting that judgment. Yes, you're fat. Yes, you're not worthy. Oh, you're not classy enough. Oh, and all those judgments that are negative, that are made you to put you down. So this is imposing and subjugation. Then we have the power of the wills. When we clash, who is going to win? Who is going to construct? Aha! This is where I understand as fighting. I have to impose my will onto you. And this is the war we see in the Dream of the Planet. Ah, ha, ha. They even made a song about it. Under my thumb, the girl who once had me down. Under my thumb,
Wow.
she's the sweetest pet in the world. That's the song of someone doing
Exactly.
this. I've won. So, and then there's people who are in a relationship with each other and they're both subjugated and they're both, no, you leave, no, you leave, no, no, you leave. And nothing happens. Nothing happens. Because both of them don't trust each other. It's like if you see it like a dance, this is like a tango. I impose my will onto you and you better do it, and that's it. When you have that, it's like, no, I lead, no, you lead, no, I lead, no, I lead. And you have the struggles, who's gonna, and then this one is like being in a school dance where two kids are going.
Yeah, exactly.
The other one is engaging. The other form of relationship is engaging, where I trust my own intent. I trust my own yes. I trust my own no. With that respect for myself, I'm able to give that respect to you. I respect your yes and I respect your no. Like, for example, right now you and I are in a relationship because we both said yes to being on this interview together. If one of us said no, then this relationship does not exist. Boom. If you said, can you be in this interview? And I said no, and you want to force me to do the interview, then that's imposing like that. But we both said yes, and we both said no to certain things, and then we both said yes, and boom. Having that mutual respect, that I respect you, and you respect me, we're able to create the dream of us together. Like that image of going outside the house and looking at the buildings. The only buildings that we see are the buildings this community said yes to. Well, the only thing that's going to happen between you and I are the agreements you and I say no, yes to. The things you and I both say no to, that doesn't exist in our relationship. That's what makes us co-creators. That's what makes us find that path of least resistance. Because you see, there's a way that I can force my way into that path of least resistance and I have to dominate someone. Or I can respect you and you willingly say yes to me, but not because you have to, but because we want to, and we create harmony. Because at any moment, both of us can change our minds and say no, and I can hit the end button of this, and this interview is over. But I'm saying yes to it, so I'm not going to push that button until we finish, until both of us says, we're good, all right. And that's the beautiful thing. So finding that comes from one simple step, having faith in myself. From that little seed of my life is worth something, and respecting my own intent, from that blossoming inside of me, I'm able to share it because I cannot give what I don't have. If I'm used to this, then I'll be doing that for the rest of my life. Then if I'm like this, willing to engage and there's people trying to impose me, my no is just as powerful. Or there's people who are subjugated and they want me to no, impose. No, I'm not going to do it. And my no is just as powerful. But when someone says yes and we're doing a dance, then that dance, yes, I might be leading, but I'm leading with your permission, and we both know what we're doing, and we're both in sync with one another.
Yes, and that is such a learning process. I wish a lot of people understand or agree to better their lives.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. You can almost right there in that sentence, you can see as soon as we get this aha moment, we want to share it with everyone else, and we're doing this
again.
This is the four conditions. This is how the four conditions happen. Going back to square one of this interview, this is how the four agreements can turn to the four conditions. This is the answer to what was it like growing up with my family. Well, I became aware of that.
Yeah.
And even though they were teaching me this, I only saw this.
Yeah.
Until life came, I saw understanding. Now I saw it like that.